Hello, this is Sonja from My Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. I'm doing day 5 and 6 for Dephemerember, which is hosted by 49 Dragonsfly, Barbara and Louise Hansel. And this is a journal I've made last week, and I will link the video here at the top and below also if you want to know how I made it. The only thing I've added to this journal after I made it is I made some bells. I added some bells on my tassels. I discovered the bells in my Christmas tassel. I thought that's perfect. And it makes a nice dingly sound. I wish I can show it to you, but I've got, as I said before, never this house to myself. I've got it always full of people. My craft room is sort of open, so I can't really chase people away. So I always have to do voiceovers. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to tackle day 5 and 6 today. Day 5 is numbers or sentiment and ticket. So it's interesting. I've gone more or less the same route as Barbara, made a jumbo ticket. I haven't seen a video yet before I made mine. So this is my ticket I made last year for Dephemerember, and I love how that turned out. So I was wanting to replica something like that, but obviously make it a little bit more in the style of my journal for this year. Now I've got this box which I'm trying to show you here in the camera, which I just chucked all my Christmas and December daily things, anything to do with Christmas I put in there. So I'm just rummaging through that and see if I can find any papers which I want to use to make the tickets with. So I found this paper, which I think almost I think they gave it away at one stage at the craft shop. I wanted to use that paper on the other side, but then when I turned it around, I saw that numbers, and I thought that actually would be useful to use for a December daily or something like that. So I didn't want to use that. So then I decided, okay, I'm going to go for the music notes again, because this theme definitely have sort of a music hymnal type of theme with the gold and so forth. So I'm just cutting a piece off from that paper, which my jumbo ticket is. And my idea is I want to make a belly band with this ticket. I want to make it useful. So basically, I think it's about 2 inches. So I followed Barbara's video of last year. I think, and I followed also 7 Plaza videos. He made some tickets a while ago. So it's a combination of the two of them, how I made. So I've got my scoreboard here, and I've scored a little bit at the edge on the one side, at both sides, and then I scored in the middle. I was just going to make 2 jumbo tickets. And then at the middle of that score, I made a hole in there at the top, as you can see. Then I'm supposed to put a hole in the middle also, but none of my hole punches want to reach it. And as you can see also here, I take a quarter of the edge. Sorry, I'm going a little bit fast. Sometimes I forget I've got a camera on that I actually have to show you guys what I am doing. So I apologize for that. But as you can see, I've made the 2 holes at the edges of the ticket, and then I've made quarter edges at both sides to create the effect of a ticket. There you can see it a bit closer. Now I'm making just this holes in, so that is the place where you can tear the tickets. Fortunately, I can't remember now what is the name, the English name for that, but you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just using a needle just to make holes in there. Barbara in her video said you can put it through a sewing machine, you can use a awl, you can use a little tool, a little roly tool that makes the holes, or you can just use a needle like I did. So it doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to give the sort of an idea that it is a ticket. So I'm just going for my little people, my Tim Holtz people, which is the theme of that. As you also, the new thing is I've decided actually to go with the Tim Holtz people. My first intro, I tried to use the little porcupine. It just didn't want it to work. I just didn't feel it. So I just thought, no, I'm going to use these people. I've got them now. They're the winter people. Never probably really going to use them in other places. So this is the perfect project to use them. All these children and people, grown-ups with their jackets. And I definitely, as I said, want to make this journal definitely more Christmassy. I celebrate Christmas. I love Christmas. So I just wanted to incorporate Christmas a little bit more. So I put the best wishes down there because obviously one of the prompt is sentiment. And now I want to add some numbers. And then I remember I have this washi tape with numbers, and which is actually tickets. So I thought that would work perfectly. I first put it on. I didn't like the white edges of it, so I just cut it off. So now I'm just going to create a little cluster of background there. I was thinking of maybe I should put material or ribbon or anything underneath there, but I also don't want to bulk this journal up too much. I'm already thinking it's only day 5 and it already feels quite bulky. So I'm trying to keep things as flat as possible. So to create some interest, as I said, I'm just cutting around the edges of those tickets and create a little background. And she's standing on that best witches, which I like, because it's not nice to me if she's sort of hanging in mid-air. So yeah, I probably could have put a little bit more down, but I'll see when I put a actually sticker down. Then I thought also I've got create sort of a theme of gold accents. I'm just going to put these stars around it. Yeah, because that is definitely my color scheme for this journal. The browns and the golds and these little Tim Holt dolls and the hymnals and things like that. So yeah, it's nice for me to incorporate that every time into it. So yeah, as I said, I've got my little lady. I wanted to use her because she's got an umbrella and a little suitcase. It almost looks she's going on a train ride, and she's got this ticket. I just added number 5 there because this is day number 5. And now I'm just going to look for a page where I can use it as a belly band. And then later, when my journal's full, I can even put some of the other entries inside that belly band. So yeah, just gluing it at either sides, and then I'm going to create a belly band. I'm going to grab one of my other ephemera from Dephemerember last year, and I'm going to see if it fits in there. For the moment, I just thought I'm going to keep it in there, but then I realized actually it's a little bit too big and it's clustered up my page too much. So I'll rather look for something in this year which is a bit smaller, which I can fit in there. I'm sure something down the line will come. I try not to look ahead too much of the prompts because I want to be excited every morning when I wake up and see what is the prompt. So I don't know if you also do the same thing. So I'm just putting this journaling card, which I've made last year, in there just to show you that is a belly band. But as I said, I didn't leave it there. Now, swiftly moving on to day 6, which is feathers and bingo cards. So I'm just rummaging from my things, and I saw this scrapbook paper with some bingo cards. I was considering using it, but it's obviously lovely colors, but it is not really my color scheme for this year. So I decided to make my own bingo card. I took some feathers from Rosie Design, and I've got this little dolls, but I wanted to use this girl by herself. I just like the checked jacket she had on. It worked well with the black and white feathers, which I end up going to use. So, and I wanted one little doll, obviously, to put the feathers behind. I wanted to create almost like wings for her. So, yeah, I'm going to use that. But I also didn't like the white edges for the feathers, so I just cut it out. Decided not to use that one and the gold one. The gold one was very nice. I might have used it if there was 2. But there was just one. I could just find one. So I'm just looking for a page to see where I'm going to put it. And first of all, I'm using this craft paper, which is just a backing for some things. I think I think it's just a stamp or stencil I bought a while ago. So I'm just going to create my own bingo card. So I'm just following that pattern for the bingo. And I'm just going to divide everything in a sort of blocks. And I've used 1.5 inches, I think, or 1.5 centimeters. I can't remember now between each one of them. I've just worked it out. I'm sure you guys can do it yourself. So yeah, I just measured my bingo card what fit in my journal, and then I just divided it into 5, and the rest I actually just cut off, which didn't work. So now I'm using this gold number stickers, because yet again I was thinking of keeping with the gold. I was considering using that by the Well Forgot numbers, but I thought it was a bit too small, and this numbers worked perfectly. So I'm just going through this whole bingo card, and I'm just going to add some numbers. I was trying to keep to not repeating numbers, because I think that is how bingo works. You can't have the same numbers on a bingo card. I haven't played bingo for ages. I think I've played it once in my life, so I don't know all the rules. So here is my bingo card done. I kept the middle one open because I wanted to put something in there. So I thought I'll use a little snowflake, and I decided to emboss it. So I'm just putting the snowflake on there. It fit perfectly. I'm using this new embossing powder which I bought, which I actually like a little bit more. But I think it's more to do with my heat gun that makes it actually much better. So I like how that snow flake turned out. Later I'm going to put a word there also at the top, but unfortunately that one didn't turn out very well. Yeah, I think I was too in a hurry. So I was hoping to show you exactly when it turned into gold, but somehow the angle of my camera and the heat gun was just in the way, and it was shady. But here you can see it's nice and golden. I love how that turned out. Obviously, with renewed confidence in embossing, I decided to do the Merry Christmas there at the top. But yeah, I don't know what went wrong, because I personally thought I actually put a lot of ink on it, but I think it was a new stamp. I did rub it against my hand, but maybe I should have done it a little bit more, maybe stamped 1 or 2 times with it before I use it for embossing. Just trying to clear the excess embossing, so I've just put it on there. And when I looked at the embossing, it looked like actually it was nice and clear, everything was on there. But yeah, it didn't came out very clear, but it's fine. We know it says Merry Christmas. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can just pick up what it's going to say. I've left the embossing part of a little bit on there because I found that works a little bit better. Yeah, it's just not as clear. It might be something to do with the stamp, but yeah, it's fine at the end. It's shiny. That's all that counts. But the R of the Merry Christmas didn't work very well. I'll show you later, but on the close-up photos also. So now I'm working on my back of my bingo card, which I obviously want to bring the girl in with the feathers. And then I thought I'm going to jazz her up in the bingo card also. I'm just going to put some gold paint around the edges. Yeah, I wasn't really worrying how it looks or how much gold it goes on it. I just wanted to create a sort of just a rough vintage scrunchie type of card with the gold edges. And then I put some gold on the girl also. I later dulled it down with some Distress Oxide ink because it was a little bit too shiny for me. I just wanted to make it to blend in a little bit better with the card because he's quite black and the card is more craft color. And of course I had to jazz up the feathers also, because if you start with the gold you have to continue. So yeah, I'm just dulling it a little bit down with my Distress Oxide ink. So yeah, so there you can see the Merry Christmas a little bit better. So then I decided I'm going to make a little top spot for it by using this hymnal notes which I have. I just backed it on top of its other two hymnal pieces because just to make it a little bit more sturdier. So I just thought I'm going to create a little tuck spot there. And then I remember I still need to put the number 6 down because I want to remember this is day number 6. So I hope you're also enjoying Dephemerember if you are doing it. I will leave Barbara's details down below with the video explaining what it is, where the free prompt lesson is, which you can join in. Yeah, and I hope you are having fun. Also, I'm having lots of fun. It's coming towards our school holiday now, so I've got a little bit more time. So I love watching the videos, thinking of what I'm going to do each day. It just brings a little bit of spark and joy during my December holidays because we're not going away. We're just staying at home because we've been to England this year. So we are staying at home for Christmas and our long summer holidays here in South Africa. So this is my final product. So thanks very much for watching. I really appreciate. If you haven't liked, if you haven't subscribed, rather subscribe and please like my videos. I'd really appreciate it and have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.